Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Let's try this again. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order January 28th, 2026 PZBA regular meeting at 7 p.m. Jen, roll please.
Chairman Kempa.
Here.
Commissioner Simmons.
Here.
Commissioner DeGraff.
Here.
Commissioner Mashevsky.
Here.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Here.
Commissioners Saywert and Patel are absent by prior notice.
We do have the quorum. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first item is the approval of the minutes from November 19th, 2025. Does anybody have any comments or corrections? If there are none, can I please have a motion to approve the November 19, 2025 minutes as presented?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Thank you. The first, we have one case today. It is case number 25-01V. 26-01V.
Did I not change that?
No, you're good. I got ahead of myself. The applicant is Darian Roszkowiak at 201 West Kenilworth in Prospect Heights. And the description of the request is applicant is seeking a variation to section 5-3-4 H1F2 of the City of Prospect Heights zoning code to allow the reduction of the required corner yard setback from 25 feet to 0 feet for the construction of 6-foot clay-colored vinyl fence. Can I please have a motion to open case number 26-01V at 7:01?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Do you want to give a brief description first?
Thank you, Chairman Kempa. The applicant has constructed a new home at 201 Kenilworth. As part of the project, he would like to install a fence on the property, and the side yard lot line that runs along Elm Street, which is a north-south street, the city code requires a 25-foot side yard setback, which is basically almost to the building line. Up on there, it's hard to see, but it comes to within the setback. His house is set back 26.3 or 26.4 feet from the property line. And with that, it does require a variation, which he has satisfied all the requirements for the applicant, to submit an application on a request. There is a fence that runs along his south property line, which is actually the neighbor's fence at 200 North Parkway, that has a legal fence that goes from property line to property line, because originally that fence, the original fence years ago, predates 2002, which is our aerial imaging, had a fence there. They have maintained it and actually got a permit, which we approved in recently, for that to be kept into place. So he's seeking to match up and line up with the fence in the rear yard. Okay. And the applicant is here this evening.
Great. If I could, if anybody would like to speak in this case, I can swear you in right now.
If you're going to speak tonight.
I can swear everybody at the same time if you're ready.
And if you don't want to speak, you don't have to even have to speak.
Do you swear that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. If I could have the applicant come up and kind of describe your project for us.
Okay. So my name is Darren Rashkovic.
Can you also give us the address for the record, please?
Property is 201 West Kenilworth.
Thank you.
So I'm trying to match up with as you can see on the picture, I'm trying to match up with my back neighbor to where his fence is. So by matching up with him, I would have to get to that 0 feet, and then
Should be,
come to the
yes.
front of the house and then make, just like that. So where that pink line is, right there, the back right corner is where my back neighbor's fence is, and I'm just trying to match up to go along with it. With that variation. If I wasn't, I would have to move it in and his fence would be sticking out about that total length. So I'm just trying to match up with all my neighbors just to close up my yard. I do have a sample. It's this clay colored PVC vinyl, so it's not white, so it's not an eyesore or anything.
Okay.
But other than that, all my other neighbors, they're pretty much with shrubbery or trees or everything. They're pretty close to that 0 building line too. But I'm putting a fence. I will plan on trying to put some landscape so it doesn't stick out that much either. So just trying to close up my yard for future pets and everything. And that's about it.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from the commissioners to the applicant?
The only thing that I would have to raise is if the fence is built to the property line, any shrubs or plantings would be in the city's right-of-way, and you'd need to get a landscape plan and permission from either the city engineer or the director of public works.
I got you. Okay. Sounds good then.
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you for your testimony. Anybody else who would like to speak? If you could, thank you, Darian. If you could state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, I'm Ann Chahorsky. I live at 201 North Parkway. I'm a block south of this property. I am fine with him moving his fence. I would just like maybe to push it back in a little bit so that there is room for some landscaping, because I think a 6-foot vinyl fence is going to kind of look like a compound, and that's not really what our neighborhood looks like. So if we could put some landscaping in front of it, arborvitaes or something that'll just hide the fence along Elm Street, I'm good to go.
Could you spell your last name for the record, please?
It's C as in Charlie, Z as in zebra, ECHORSKI.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
To that regard, there have been 2 previous ZBA cases that the applicant's condition of approval was that they had to hold their fence off the property line to plant some plantings to kind of break up the massing. Most recently was one East Willow Road, and the other one was on, I believe it was 410 Andover. I'd have to, it's in my report, and I should have read my report today.
That's where it is. There's a lot of shrubs in front of that fence, but that's a white fence, right?
That was a white fence, and the neighbors similarly had raised an objection to a solid wall of white in front of their house. So that could be a condition of approval if the PZBA members so chose.
Is the applicant, is that something that you mentioned that's what you're considering, you're okay with us putting that as a condition in the, okay, all right. So we, that's more of my question to Director Peterson. We get a lot of these cases with the corner yard setback.
Yes.
Normally, any interior yard puts a fence on the property line.
Correct.
Can you try to describe what the reason is for the corner yard?
A number of years ago, this had me back, I believe, if it was in the report for the 2 Hawthorne case. The city used to allow fences to go right up to the property lines. Then in the, I believe it was the late 80s, early 90s, they changed the ordinance to hold those fences back 25 feet to the building line on the corner side yard. The rationale being that in most municipalities where this property line is 1 foot off the sidewalk or 6 feet off the street, it could be a line of sight issue, it could be a safety issue abutting that. And also too, the city has drainage ditches, so depending on what part of the neighborhood you're in, could those fences on the property line obstruct natural overland drainage? And Prospect Heights is the bottom of the bowl, and we do have a lot of stormwater issues. So I believe that was part of the rationales in changing it. However, in this particular case, this particular property line is about 22 and a half feet from the edge of pavement. You know, in most of the cases, there are anywhere from 33 foot to 40 foot right-of-ways on all of our streets. It does not, it's not going to impact the swales that are there, but this is something that we had talked about possibly changing with the rewrite of the zoning code. I do think it's going to need to have some discussion, because I agree, vinyl fences, plastic fences, stone, we approve all kinds of different materials for fences, and we do need to be cognizant of the impact on the neighbors if we do choose to move away from the setback. Maybe you have to hold it back 4 feet for plantings, and that may be a discussion we can have when we come up to discuss possible future changes. But as it sits today, that's the reason why the corner side yard has that restriction. In this case, it's a straight corner side yard. If it's a reverse corner where the person in the back behind him, if that would have been their front yard, he would have had to hold it back more, so it wouldn't put a solid fence in someone's front yard.
Right, that's, yeah.
So there are some reasons for it in this particular case. Also, too, if you drive up Elm, there's lots of different types of fence materials. There's some chain link, there's some side, you can't hardly see them because the growth of the vegetation has come in. Other people have planted some beautiful natural fencing, which was started out as shrubs or trees and have grown into, quite attractive natural barriers.
Okay. But also for this zoning body, vinyl is an approved material for a fence, as is metal, concrete, per code, right?
That is correct. The reason I believe that those conditions, and then why a condition would be here, is one of the standards is, does it have a detrimental impact on the general neighborhood? And we discussed that quite thoroughly with the 1 East Willow Road case last year. So that would be the one standard that it would be justified to place a condition on, if that was the will of the ZBA.
I think as long as the applicant is open to some landscaping, it will look beautiful, and house is great, congratulations. So it should be all good. I have no...
Just to make one note, during construction, we were made aware, as far as I do the sewers, we were made aware that the storm sewer running north and south down the property line, the actual catch basin was sinking. And they took it on themselves to actually, the city supplied the material, but they took it on themselves to actually reset it and bring it up to grade. And I just wanted to make that note that we love to have residents that contribute to the city.
Oh, great. Great, I was not aware of that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions for the applicant or for the director? If there are none, can I please have a motion to close case number 26-01V at 7:12?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner DeGraff.
Aye.
Commissioner Simmons.
Aye.
Commissioner Mashewski.
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye. There's no new evidence. Do we have the green cards? All that stuff is,
Yeah, all that stuff. I think I left it. No, that's it. That's all,
that's it? Okay.
that's all the evidence.
All right, can I please have a motion to add to the public record testimony presented this evening for case 26-01V at 7:13 PM?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Machewski,
Aye.
Commissioner Simmons,
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer,
Aye.
Commissioner DeGraff,
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye. Now I would ask for a motion to recommend to the city council approval of case 26-01V, which is a variation to section 5-3-4 H1F2 of the City of Prospect Heights zoning code to allow reduction of the required corner yard setback from 25 feet to 0 feet for the construction of 6-foot clay-colored vinyl fence with the provision of providing landscaping to break up the monotony of the fence.
With city approval.
I would, I think we need to be a little specific. He has the option of getting approval from the city engineer of Public Works to plant in the right-of-way. If that's not given, we should have a distance specified that the fence is shifted back for,
Or if we say that the shrubbery is on the property line, then it would be fine, right?
if the shrubbery could be planted, and that's just it, it has to be within his property, the plantings that he's doing, which means that depending on the type of plantings will depend on how far set back, and if it's gonna have any substance. I know we used the 3 foot for the property at 1 East Willow. We had a larger setback, but that's because they already had existing shrubs and plantings that were already further back on that property.
Could you put the plantings at the 0 line and then push the fence back
That's-
maybe the 3.5 feet?
That's what we're trying to determine right now is, we have a lot of places in town where people have taken it upon themselves to put plantings, and it's caused some issues with drainage, okay? And that's
I
why,
live on a lake, believe me.
and that's why there is a provision in the city's right-of-way ordinance, which is under the Public Works and Engineering Department, that allows for residents to plant trees or other things in that, other plantings, but it has to have strict approval from the city engineer and the director of public works. We just can't say it can go in that zone, because we've had some cases where people have gone overboard and then it's caused upstream flooding. So I would recommend that this be, if you could, we can
Well,
look
if-
to schedule a meeting. How far back would you be willing to go? We could possibly, have you match up at the corner.
I could push it back 3 feet, so then I could put shrubbery or small plants at that 0 line, or within that 3 feet.
So then we would call it a fence with shrubbery. So the variation is for fence and shrubbery to go from 25 feet to 0 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the shrubbery would end at the 0 marker, and
Yeah.
nothing would
Yeah.
be on the.
if you're agreeable to that, and then what we would like then, when you get in part of the design, you could work with a landscaper, landscape architect, or you could work with your, landscaper, or the Natural Resources Commission may have some ideas on plantings that don't take up a lot of room, that do give you some height and some breadth to kind of break up that massing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that would be a good,
that would be a good thing? Okay, so let's start over. So I am asking for a motion to approve construction of a 6-foot clay-colored vinyl fence with landscaping, and the variation goes from 25 feet to 0 feet for the construction of vinyl fence, including shrubbery.
including the landscape area for, yep.
Yep.
that we can make that work.
I'll make that motion.
Second, please. The motion is at 7:18. Roll call, please, Jen.
Excuse me, Scott did the
Scott did the
motion.
first, and
And
Jerry.
Jerry did the second.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Aye.
Commissioner DeGraff.
Aye.
Commissioner Mashewski.
Aye.
Commissioner Simmons.
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
aye.
And so everybody's very clear, this is to address the standards related to impacts on the immediate neighborhood.
Yes. Yes. All right, so this case, it will be in front of the city council on,
The second Monday of February. I think,
Should be the night.
give those to Jen.
Thank you.
Yep, that'll be we'll talk, I'll give you a call on Monday. Because it got a unanimous vote. You know, the council may want to consider it at the first meeting. If not, it'll have to be a first read, second read. So then the final approval would be the fourth Monday of February. All right?
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Our next item is public comment. Anybody has anything else to say?
Non-agenda?
Non-agenda items? Thank you. Do we have any updates from?
Yeah.
We do?
The cell tower's still standing and hasn't swirled around and fell down. It's only taken 4 years for them to get it right behind the fire station. Speaking of the fire station, they're in for permit reviews on their addition. They worked with the police department on a shared parking arrangement, is why it took a little bit of the time. And that shared parking agreement and arrangement, it will benefit both entities who are struggling on tight lots for extra parking. And it'll be beneficial to all. The signage that was approved for the PD, that's going to be going out for bid and construction for when the weather breaks. And we will have a meeting next week because one of our previous projects, the Jolly Fun House development, the Lexington Homes project, a new developer has signed a purchase agreement with the property owner and is going to be resurrecting that pre-approved, that it's already been approved. The issue is that all the timeframes for getting the final development plan and start of construction and that has expired. So this developer wants to start with the same plan and bring that resurrected. So they will be in next month. And then at that point in time, you know, it'll just be for the 69 unit plan because the 61, remember there was an alternate plan? They withdrew that, so that has nothing to do with it. So everything that's going to be in front of us is the same information that was approved in 2020. And just to reestablish the special use, the planned unit development, so that they can move forward with a development plan. And then during their time period, we'll work out all the other details.
So they will have to redo all of the,
Not the initial exhibits, because
Right.
they're taking the plan as Lexington left it.
So will the residents have the voices to,
They will have the same right to come in next month, and they will have the same right to speak their opinion. The issue is that all the testimony and their record will all be, all those exhibits that were presented, there's 32 primary exhibits and another 20 supplemental exhibits with that case. That's been whittled down because a lot of them dealt with the 61 unit plan. All that is going to be reintroduced as evidence, all the emails, all the letters, all the verbal testimony that was videoed or recorded during the Zoom hearings, all the special meetings, the minutes, all that's going to be presented as evidence that they're accepting the plan as previously submitted so that they can move forward with consummating the development plan as the city has already approved once. It's just reestablishing the prior approvals. but they will have a right to speak there, and try, they, as former Chairman Dash said, don't come in here with emotion, come in here with factual statements to argue the case, because.
How many
most-
units is it, was approved?
It was approved for 69, and it was 12 buildings, the Park District, Fire District, school districts, the Tiffit was all established, everything was there. Everything got approved, and then Lexington and the owner's relationship fell apart at that point in time. They never executed a closure. So the property went back up for sale. We've been talking to a lot of people over the last 5 years, and this group, it's a local contract development group out of the neighboring community, and they've done some projects, and they have the resources to do the project.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Yep,
Long nights again.
it's all right, that's part of what we do,
Yep.
the process. The big issue is, if people say that all that stuff we argued before is not gonna be part of testimony, it's already been part of the official record, we'll maintain a part of the official record. But if they want to add new comments, if they want to speak, they still have that right to do that, and we would encourage it. They'll
Yep.
get proper notice, so next month, it may be a little longer evening, gentlemen.
Okay. All right, anything else? Anything from the commissioners? If there's nothing, can I please have a motion to adjourn at 7:25?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?